Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well today. Before we get started, please watch till the end to see the sources and try to verify this news for yourself. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates on South African politics and current affairs. Today, we're discussing a statement that has stirred up a lot of controversy and debate across the country. The Inkatha Freedom Party, or IFP, has publicly criticized the government, saying that it is prioritizing feeding illegal immigrants while many South Africans continue to struggle with hunger and poverty. According to the party, there is a growing disconnect between government policies and the needs of local citizens, particularly those living in townships and rural areas where food insecurity remains high. The IFP statement comes amid ongoing debates about immigration, social support programs, and economic challenges facing the country. Party leaders argue that resources are being diverted to meet the demands of illegal foreigners, leaving South Africans to fend for themselves. They claim that this has caused resentment among local communities who feel neglected and abandoned, as they see basic services and food relief being distributed to people who are not legally allowed to be in the country. In a press briefing, IFP officials highlighted specific examples of aid being provided to illegal immigrants, saying that it undermines the government's responsibility to prioritize its citizens. The party also accused authorities of failing to enforce immigration laws effectively, allowing illegal residents to access resources meant for South Africans. They warned that if this trend continues, public dissatisfaction could escalate and lead to social tensions. The government, on the other hand, maintains that humanitarian assistance and basic services should be available to everyone within the country, regardless of legal status. Officials argued that denying access to healthcare, food, and other essential services could violate human rights standards and international obligations. They also insist that the government is working on long-term solutions to balance immigration management with the welfare of South African citizens. This clash between the IFP and government highlights a broader issue that has been simmering for years: the tension between immigration, social support, and the needs of citizens. South Africa has a complex history of migration and economic inequality, and policies that affect one group often spark strong reactions from another. It is clear that the debate over how to allocate resources fairly will continue to dominate headlines in the coming months. Many South Africans have expressed frustration over the situation. Some say that it is unfair for illegal immigrants to receive assistance when so many locals are struggling to put food on the table. Others argue that the problem is not just about immigration but about overall mismanagement and corruption, which leaves resources scarce and poorly distributed. Social media has been flooded with opinions, memes, and debates, reflecting the deep concern and anger felt by ordinary citizens. The IFP statement also touched on the economic challenges facing the country. Rising unemployment, high inflation, and increasing poverty rates have put additional pressure on households. Party leaders argue that government priorities should focus on creating jobs, stabilizing the economy, and ensuring that basic needs like food and healthcare are accessible to all South Africans first. They also called for stronger enforcement of immigration laws, saying that allowing illegal immigrants to access resources without accountability creates unfair competition and strain on public services. Critics of the IFP's stance warn that framing the issue as South Africans versus illegal immigrants could deepen social divisions and even fuel xenophobia. They argue that while it is essential to address poverty and unemployment, policies should be designed to promote inclusion and fairness rather than targeting specific groups. The debate remains highly sensitive, as balancing humanitarian considerations with citizen welfare is not an easy task. In response to the controversy, some local leaders have suggested that more transparent systems for food distribution and aid could help reduce tensions. They believe that ensuring resources are allocated fairly, based on clear criteria, could prevent misunderstandings and resentment. Others have called for improved communication from the government to explain its policies and demonstrate that citizens' needs remain a top priority. Meanwhile, ordinary South Africans are watching closely, and many are voicing their opinions loudly. Some say that the government should take a hard look at spending priorities and ensure that relief programs are benefiting the people who need them most. Others are concerned that political parties like the IFP are using the issue to score points, rather than contributing to practical solutions. Either way, it is clear that food security and equitable resource allocation are becoming increasingly urgent matters. As one local joked online, people are now checking twice before taking soup from community kitchens, wondering if they are supposed to show ID or a birth certificate first. While it's a light-hearted take, it also reflects the real frustrations and concerns of everyday South Africans. The IFP statement is a reminder that public sentiment cannot be ignored, especially when it comes to fundamental needs like food and basic services. Government officials will need to carefully consider both the legal and humanitarian aspects of immigration, while also ensuring that citizens feel seen, heard, and supported. The balancing act is delicate, and missteps can lead to both political fallout and social unrest. In conclusion, the debate over feeding illegal immigrants versus prioritizing South Africans is far from over. The IFP has made its position clear, and it will be interesting to see how the government responds in the coming weeks. Citizens will be watching closely, hoping that policies are fair, transparent, and focused on addressing the pressing challenges facing the country. Thank you for staying with me through this update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to stay informed with factual news about South Africa. Always remember to check the sources and verify information for yourself. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. Sources: IOL, News 24, Times Live, Eyewitness News.